In today's video, I want to talk all about Sony and PlayStation shutting down a pretty major service that they were offering for a long time in PlayStation Vue. The TV streaming service will be officially shutting down soon, and we'll talk all about that. However, you can continue to access movie and TV content through the PlayStation Store on PlayStation 4 and via the partnership with top entertainment apps. We'll cover that. Also, Remnant from the Ashes, one of the best games of 2019 thus far. I don't think it's hyperbolic in saying that at all. Has done very well commercially, and a brand new mode for the game will be launching relatively soon, and EA has confirmed that more remasters and a brand new IP are coming in 2020. We'll talk all about that and what potentially could await as far as those remasters are concerned. And before we get into everything, I just want to remind you guys to make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the bell notification icon so you are always notified of uploads, and that definitely helps out the channel too, so we always appreciate that. But first of all, let's talk about Sony Interactive Entertainment shutting down PlayStation Vue. They put an in-depth PlayStation blog post out, and I want to read that to you guys. Over 4 years ago, we made a bold decision to change the rules and revolutionize the traditional TV viewing experience in the US with PlayStation Vue. We set the bar high and sought to innovate and establish industry by delivering a modern TV experience. By completely rethinking live and on-demand television, we offered an incredible user experience that allowed viewers to discover and watch content in completely new ways. Today, we are announcing that we will shut down the PlayStation Vue service on January 30th, 2020. Unfortunately, the highly competitive pay TV industry with expensive content and network deals has been slower to change than we expected. Because of this, we have decided to remain focused on our core gaming base. PlayStation fans can continue to access movie and TV content through the PlayStation Store on PS4 and via our partnerships with top entertainment apps. With 100 million PlayStation 4s in the market today, our community continues to grow and thrive. We will continue to deliver the best entertainment experiences across the network along with other key gaming services including PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus. We are very proud of what PlayStation Vue was able to accomplish. We had ambitious goals for how our service could change how people watch TV, showcasing PlayStation's ability to innovate in a brand new category within the pay TV industry. We want to thank all of our customers, some of whom have been with us since PlayStation Vue's launch all the way back in 2015. So obviously a lot to digest there. I think PlayStation Vue was something they were trying to establish looking into the future, and unfortunately that future didn't come as quickly as people thought. Now, I also do think PlayStation Vue had some shortcomings. That $45 a month price point was a little bit hard to sell me on. I subscribed to PlayStation Vue for a little bit, but then you have Sling TV that's considerably cheaper, unfortunately not on PlayStation. That's probably the better route to go if the channels you want are offered there. $45 a month is just a considerable investment just for live TV, and again, a lot of people are just cutting the cord entirely with live TV. Yes, people love live sports, and you do want live sports, and that's really the biggest selling component to live television. If you look at the market today and how network television acquires deals with various partners and brands, it's usually for live sports that they're spending the big money on, whether that be the NFL, NBA, MLB, so on and so forth, and that's really the major thing keeping people attached to live television. For a lot of other people, outside of the fact if you're really old and you've been accustomed to watching live television, the majority of younger consumers are consuming media through YouTube, Netflix, streaming services, whatever the case may be, and PlayStation Vue tried to bridge those two together by offering live television in the form of a streaming service. Unfortunately, I think for a younger consumer, yes, some people are going to be interested in that if they are interested in live programming, but for a lot of other people, they're just going to be checking out programming on YouTube, other streaming services, and PlayStation Vue didn't really resonate at that high level there. Could it make a comeback at some point? Absolutely, but I think at this point, Sony's going to step away from this. Maybe down the line, they'll revisit it, but I do think they'll have to do some things differently if they do want this to be a success. Again, Sling TV was considerably cheaper, and while PlayStation Vue did have the majority of channels you wanted, $45 a month is just always going to be an expensive asking price, especially when it's live TV and you consider the fact that other streaming services like Hulu and Netflix, you can have that for $10 to $15 a month, depending on the subscription service you take. PlayStation Vue was just always going to be a hard sell. So unfortunate to see that go, but I'm actually curious to how many of you guys were using PlayStation Vue. If you ever used it in the past, maybe you signed up for the trial, whatever the case may be, let us know in the comments section below. Alright, moving on from that, want to talk a little bit about Remnant from the Ashes, as sales have topped 1 million and a hardcore mode update is launching tomorrow. Yes, Remnant from the Ashes has sold more than 1 million units, and the latest update, including the new hardcore mode, will launch on October 31st. Publisher Perfect World Entertainment and developer Gunfire Games have announced. They noted, a big thank you to all of the fans who helped Remnant from the Ashes achieve this major milestone, said Perfect World Entertainment Entertainment COO Yoon Im in a press release. Gunfire Games has made a truly special game, and it's fantastic to see how much it has resonated with players. The team has awesome plans in the works that will continue to keep the game fresh and challenging. We're looking forward to continuing this journey with them and all of the fans. Gunfire Games co-founder and president David Adams added, the response to Remnant from the Ashes has been overwhelming and humbling. We're excited to expand Remnant's universe, and I know players will love the new game content we have in the pipeline for 2020. They've been asking almost daily for harder and harder challenges, and we're thrilled to unveil Hardcore Mode. Let's see who has skills to dominate the route and make it out alive in one shoot. Hardcore Mode is a new game mode where death is truly the end. Players create a new hardcore character and play until their first death, after which they are permanently lost. To maintain a level playing field, hardcore characters can only play online with other hardcore characters and will not be able to random matchmake. Players will have to manually invite friends or other stalwart survivors to a game. The most dangerous challenges will also receive great rewards, as defeating a world boss on Hardcore Mode will drop new rings with powerful effects. These items will be available to all of the characters on a player's account, old and new, standard and hardcore, after they've obtained them. This means all future characters, including those in Hardcore Mode, will begin their journey with greater potential. Quality of life improvements have also been introduced. They'll implement some of the most frequently requested systems. Examples include a communications wheel with access to emotes, many of which are unlocked through normal gameplay, environment pings and markers, the ability to hide helmets, a toggle to disable tutorial prompts, and more balance changes. Check out the official Remnant from the Ashes blog on Thursday for the full patch notes with the latest details. So I'm very happy to see the success this game has had. It really goes to show that games that are a little bit quirky, a little bit more, going under the radar, can succeed as long as they're received well. And I think the biggest element to helping Remnant from the Ashes success was that price point. I'll go back to it over and over again, but games like World War Z, Remnant from the Ashes, they have done well in part because they were priced accordingly at $39.99 instead of $60. $60 is a hard asking price for a lot of these games, but when a game is priced at $40 right out of the go, at the height of the attention, yes, a game's price is always going to go down, but at the height of attention, right when a game is released, right when everyone is streaming it, when then you look up the game and you see, oh, it's a $40 pickup instead of a $60 pickup, and all of your friends are playing it, whatever the case may be, it does entice you a little bit more to pick up the game. Now, I'm not saying for every game to go down to $40, that's not feasible, but if you can do that from a business standpoint, if you can offer that to a consumer, I think it does go a long way, and we've seen that with Remnant from the Ashes and World War Z. And not only were they priced great at $40, but both of those games respectively have had a lot of free content rolled out for them as well, so that's just awesome to see, and I hope to see more of that in the future. Lastly, I do want to talk a little bit about EA, as they have confirmed more remasters and new IPs that are coming in 2020. They haven't specifically confirmed what's coming in 2020. However, yesterday during EA's prepared remarks for investors following the company's release of its quarterly financial results, we learned quite a bit about what we can expect from their lineup next year and forward-looking statements for the fiscal year 2021, which begins on April 1st, 2020. EA promised to not only release new IPs, but more remasters as well. They noted, we also have plans for new experiences that we've not yet announced for next year, new titles and new IPs for multiple platforms. Introducing new games will always be our core, and we look forward to exciting players with unexpected new titles in fiscal year 2021. With next generation consoles like the PS5 and Xbox Project Scarlet on the horizon for 2020, obviously new IPs need to be introduced, and existing IPs to be enhanced on those platforms is also something that definitely needs to happen. However, speaking on remasters, they said, quote, deliver some exciting remasters of fan favorites, including the Command & Conquer game we've already disclosed, and that means we're probably going to be getting remasters of some major titles. EA has been kind of shy of remastering major games. I mean, they've done Burnout Paradise remastered, but let's be real, what do the majority of gamers want? We want a Mass Effect trilogy remastered, we want Crysis remastered. I mean, Crysis 2 and 3 were released on the PlayStation 3, but those games were, let's just be real, kind of an abomination on the PlayStation 3. I'm not going to say they were terrible, but they could have been a lot better. And by the way, Crysis 1 also released on the PlayStation 3. How could I forget about that? It was a download-only title. But yeah, Crysis deserves a lot better, and for the shackles to come off on the PlayStation 4, a Crysis Trilogy Collection that's a launch title for a PS5 and Xbox Scarlet, and it's $60 and it includes all 3 games, I think myself and a ton of other people would be all over that. Yeah, 3 Crysis games for $60 that are improved for the next generation consoles. If they're playing at 4K, high frame rate, whatever the case may be, I would be all over that. And I don't need to even tell you guys about Mass Effect. Of course we want Mass Effect, of course we want KOTOR, of course we want all of those games. games, but let's just hope EA at some point actually makes that come to fruition. I know that we should be asking for a Mass Effect game that is new and is as good as the original trilogy, but hey, after BioWare's recent train wrecks, a Mass Effect trilogy I think would suffice for now and at least appease me for now. And that's gonna conclude this video. Again, Sony is shutting down a pretty major feature in PlayStation View for the PlayStation 4. It's unfortunate, but I can understand where they're coming from. Remnant from the Ashes sales have topped 1 million, hardcore mode is coming tomorrow, and EA has confirmed more remasters and a new IP are coming in 2020. Exciting news. EA, I know not everyone's favorite publisher, but let's hope they can get back on track sooner rather than later. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.